My sister raised her glass at our father's funeral and said, "I've been waiting for this day my whole life." The priest had just finished speaking when my sister Noreen started laughing. Not a quiet laugh, not a nervous laugh that sometimes happens at funerals when grief does strange things to people. This was a real laugh, a happy laugh, the kind of laugh you hear at birthday parties and weddings. She was standing next to our father's casket in a red dress because she said black was too sad and she didn't feel sad. I had asked her that morning to please wear something appropriate. She told me I wasn't the boss of her. Our father had died 3 days earlier from a stroke. He was 74 years old and had been healthy until the moment he wasn't. I found him on the kitchen floor of his house when I came to check on him like I did every Sunday. Noreen hadn't visited him in 2 years. She lived 40 minutes away and said the drive was too long. She said dad was boring anyway. She said old people depressed her. But here she was at his funeral laughing next to his body like she had just heard the funniest joke of her life. Our Aunt Francine, who was dad's sister, asked Noreen what was so funny. Noreen wiped tears from her eyes and said she was just so relieved. She said she had been waiting for this day her whole life. She said now she could finally get what she deserved. Aunt Francine looked at me with horror on her face. I shook my head because I didn't have an explanation. Noreen had always been difficult, but this was something else entirely. After the service, we went to the lawyer's office for the reading of the will. Our father had been a careful man who planned everything in advance. He had told me years ago that his will was updated and clear, and there would be no confusion when the time came. I believed him because dad was not a man who left loose ends. The lawyer, whose name was Mr. Feldman, opened the folder and started reading. He explained that our father's estate consisted of his house, which was paid off and worth around $300,000, his savings, which totaled about $80,000, his car, which was old but functional, and a storage unit that contained furniture and personal items. Noreen was leaning forward in her chair with her eyes bright like a child waiting to open presents on Christmas morning. Mr. Feldman continued reading. Our father had left everything to me. The house, the savings, the car, the storage unit, everything. Noreen's name was mentioned once. She was to receive our grandmother's china set, which was in the storage unit. That was it, a set of dishes. Noreen didn't move. She sat there frozen while Mr. Feldman finished reading and asked if we had any questions. Then she exploded. She stood up so fast her chair fell over. She said this was wrong. She said there had to be a mistake. She said our father would never cut her out like this. She said I must have manipulated him. She said I must have poisoned him against her. She demanded to see proof that this was the real will. Mr. Feldman calmly showed her the document with our father's signature, witnessed and notarized 2 years ago. At the same time, Noreen stopped visiting. At the same time, she told our father that she didn't have time for him anymore. At the same time, she said his house smelled like old people and she couldn't stand being there. Our father had changed his will after that conversation. Mr. Feldman said there was also a letter. He said our father had written something to explain his decision. He handed me an envelope with my name on it. I opened it and read it out loud because Noreen was screaming that she had a right to know what it said. The letter was short. It said that our father loved both his daughters, but love and inheritance were different things. It said I had been there for him every week for the past 15 years. It said I had driven him to doctor's appointments, helped him with his bills, and sat with him when he was lonely. It said Noreen had told him 2 years ago that she was just waiting for him to die so she could have his money. She had said it to his face during an argument about why she never visited. She probably didn't remember saying it, but he remembered. He wrote that he was giving his estate to the daughter who wanted him, and not the daughter who wanted his money. Noreen grabbed the letter from my hands and read it again like the words would change if she stared at them hard enough. Then she tore it up. Full story on channel. Link below.